Hi, hello everyone. It's been a quite a while, few months since I have posted anything here on the YouTube channel. A lot of times I'm just doing a walk and talk with Gus on Instagram, so you're welcome to join me there. Same name, Soul Inspired Reflections on Instagram. But here I am today. It's December 28th, 2024. We're heading toward the last few days of the year, and I felt re-inspired to get back into my work, getting in the flow of energy and my body. And part of my work is also sound and working with the body as a way to support your integration and harmony of your I am presence, your masculine and feminine energies, the divine union within your body, heart, and soul, and your higher consciousness that wakens within. It wakens within the more you connect to the core of the earth, the core of your heart and being, and your core essence in the ethereal or celestial realm, your cosmic heart. I'm Gina Lobito, Soul Inspired Reflections. This is my counterpart here, Gus, taking care of a little itch in his fur. Um, so again, we will begin. This will just probably be a general reading of what's happening, what the cards and higher guidance wants to bring us as we bring a close to um, this transition of 2024, where we worked with a lot of water energy, emotional energy, stepping further into our self-mastery of the emotional and mental body and discerning of energy. So as always, go ahead and take time to clear your space. And this is for you. And just trust your intuition as you anchor and ground your energetic body, activating your pillar of light. Your energy is yours, my energy is mine, as we come together in divine union and oneness, that we're all part of light and the oneness of all things. And may we call in the energy and higher frequencies of love to hold this space with the highest integrity available to you, to me, our essence, divine guidance, and from your I am presence to mine, and the I am presence of the collective, right? And that we are all held in the divine love and light of Source God that lives within you. And we're going to light a candle representing the light within you and the light within all of life. And go ahead and take that image in. If you don't have a candle near you, that's fine. Just use this one as a symbol of your light and the light we weave together. We'll do some soul weaving together. And remember, anything that comes through, it's just in the present moment of now. Take it or leave it. You don't have to agree with anything that comes through. But I just want to invite you to allow things to offer insight, even particularly when things are like, I don't know if that quite sits well. If there's insight for you on a perspective that might be slightly different, then maybe sit with that. Or if at the core of you, you just know like, oh yeah, no, that is fine too. We're meant to have different perspectives and hold them in the level of love just the same, right? Meaning we have multiple perspectives and to hold it with a sense of, well, some cards already jumping out at us. And this is from the Golden Future Oracle deck by Diana Cooper. It's a beautiful deck here. And we'll see how this goes. We have beautiful planet coming through. And this is also as we're family relationships, interesting. And we'll go ahead and pull a third card from this deck. Group consciousness. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and just breathe in and reground our energy. What breathing does, it slows us down, it regulates the nervous system. It allows your prana to come in, your energy to come in and calibrate and stabilize into the physical body, which is so vital to step further into your practice of breathing. Okay, if nothing else, breath work, nature connection, meditation, right? So again, we have beautiful planet. I'll let you take in these cards before we dive into them any further. Just going to bring in the energies. Look at all these colors, and this one's very interesting. Family relationships too. It's like this grid. It's this grid, and then also this water. And then you see the dolphin leaping out of the water. Everybody is in their rainbow light and color and flections, I'll say, reflections of light. Um, so much joy here. I'm gonna see if I can get the view a little different. Oh, anyway, I don't want to take too much time with that because for me it's and then we have group consciousness, right? You have family relationships and you have group consciousness in our beautiful planet. Beautiful planet, the message on there is restore the natural world. Family relationships, attune heart to heart is also what we're doing as we prepare to receive information. And I feel as I prepare my day, start it connecting heart to heart, my heart to the heart of life, to the heart of the planet, to the heart of the universe, to the heart of the day. What is the pulse of your day? Are you taking time, especially as we're still in this winter? Take time to reflect. Take time to be in the spirit that is you. When you connect with your heart, you connect to soul consciousness. You connect further and deeper your relationship into embracing the oneness of all that is. And this is part of the message in the group consciousness. Embrace oneness. Embracing oneness. And it's stabilized with that number 44 as I see it. 44 is a very, at least to me, is a very grounding number. It's a square base foundation. It feels as if some of our group consciousness, more and more, as more of us awaken to and attune with our higher self and integrate it into the body, we're recognizing a different level of, it's like we're getting comfortable in the new foundation of oneness, of unity and oneness. Okay, so even look at these family relationships before we jump into that. Um, let's look at all this color coming out of this light, right? And earlier in the year, I talked about the square and then the shape that is within or behind the sun, the energy, the sacred geometry that comes in, and it's even beyond a square. It almost had a hexagonal-like shape, but you can see it here. If you soften your eyes, let me get some of that glare out. There's a sphere, but there's also like a hexagonal shape of light. And everybody's heart center, everybody's heart is connected to that light that's beyond the sun. And then as their body, your light body is connecting into the earth. And you'll notice the energy moves in spirals. It has movement as well as direct connection. And then we're held in that ring of fire, that ring of light. Because when we have electricity, we have pulsation, there's fire, there's pulse, there's like even in our neuron network, our neural network, our neurology, the nervous system, it's fire, it's electrical impulses. Okay. So our light body is connecting to the source, to oneness. Okay. All life is connecting to this light. And I'm seeing all the birds coming in. There's different birds here too. And take in that image and whatever it means for you. And these appear to me as crystal pillars. They appear to me as quartz crystals. Um, but let me pause for a second before I go into the crystals. This also takes on not only a ring, a spherical ring, but it also looks like a ring with a diamond on it, and it's emanating out. That's encompassing all. And if you think about the symbolism of the ring, the sphere, right, it's a union. It's a sacred union. As group consciousness is expanding within you and within the planet, we're remembering the sacred union within ourselves and with each other. And almost like this holy sacred promise we made as we came to this planet at this particular moment in the eternal moment of now. And all of this is starting to take flight. All of that, your inner fire, your triunal wave, your divine spark, your threefold flame is being ignited and expanded even more as you, me, the collective step into and cross the threshold of 2024 into 2025. And we're taking this energy and allowing it to unify within you, unify each other, return to the embodiment of oneness, and receiving the light that is you, receiving that light that we grow together, we weave together, and that we are from. Because look at those direct currents coming into each body represented. Each body. So each of you, we all have our unique, I'll say, signature of energy that we bring in each day. And those of us that are waking up and we're beginning to find and magnetize to our soul family, the more you ground in and anchor your light and activate your light body, it calls in your soul family. You start to magnetize toward you those that are operating in a similar frequency and above vibrational state, meaning you're beginning to embody your Christed Sophia crystalline body even more. It's more in harmony, and you're attracting people that are operating now in that way, meaning your operating system, if you will, if you're like a computer, the upgrade is now having more of a foundation, more stabilizing foundation, that you are not so it's not taking you off center as much. You're are being able to stay in your heart with more ease, while the appearance of chaos around you may still be existing, but it's not existing within you. It's a very different feeling, a grounded state of being. So even as we look at the family relationships, look at that whole grid is so colorful, right? It looks like, it reminds me of the movie Tron a little bit. And it reminds me of a dream I had where I was staring at the lake and then all of a sudden saw all this sacred coding. Um, the water took on a totally different shape and movements while I was watching it, and different light movements that gave the appearance of water, right? So if you look at this image a bit more, here again, we have the sun, and they're all looking toward the sun, the light. And you see all the rays of color spiraling around each body, and the joyfulness of playfulness of the water, the dolphin, that dolphin energy that we can be connected to all the time. This looks like a butterfly, and then the birds in the sky, right? You're all taking flight and you're coming into your more of your illuminated self, going into your next phase of initiation, if you will, or growth, expansion. But your relationships are yeah, they're just all more heart-centered, and when you're more heart-centered, as you've calibrated calibrated in oneness, the more you calibrate in the oneness and union of all life and really hold everything in that, your relationships all become heart-centered. You're elevating you're elevating the way you relate to people and engage with people from the heart. It's very deeply rooted through the earth core because you're in your light body. You're bringing in your core essence, your divinity in a more balanced place, meaning you don't need to seek anything outside yourself like you were before on an unconscious level in the way you engage relationships. You're getting secure in your own personal power, your own ability to create and survive. You're not feeling threatened by life anymore or circumstances, no matter what they are. You're not navigating in fear. You may have some moments where fear comes up, but you're coming back to the heart center from a very grounded place and allowing that to lead you forward in everything. Because it's not just family relationships. Relationships exist with everything, the whole of life. So if you can look at even nature as part of your family, that is your family. Like I know for myself, when I don't have or I choose not to go see family during the holidays and I choose to stay home and have a quiet holiday, I spend most of the day out in nature and I feel surrounded and cared for and very joyful in that celebration. So to me, it's a reminder to me, I am never alone. I am always with family. And here they're out in nature. They're in the ocean in the vastness. Like to me, looking at the water, there's such a vastness there of our soul family coming in as well, right? Or maybe some of you are actually creating family, bringing children into the world. That is going to be a very different experience than, say, my generation or generations before, right? Because you're bringing in this new template is taking hold, the new template within you and within those souls coming through you, and then and within the family structure itself, right? We hear this called gentle parenting, I think it is. I don't know. I think that's the right term, but the way people are parenting now is very different than the way I grew up. This feels to be a little bit more conscious in certain ways, and I'll say still structure, but it's not fear-based parenting, right? Do as I say, and then the kids get afraid kind of thing, but still structure and boundary, right? Because we still need boundary to learn from while still having a fluidity within the boundary, right? So even if you look at oneness, there's still a boundary within the oneness, but at the same time, this massive expansive energy that goes beyond the ring but it emanates out through the center, through the core center. So when you're bringing that energy in, you're coming together in unity in the circle of oneness and then emanating that energy out together through the heart, through attuning heart to heart. All this is heart to heart energy within you, within others, and it's connecting for those who wish to connect in that way at this time and continue to amplify the light within and the light within you, meaning it'll just dissolve or alchemize any discordant energy that you may have, and you're walking through that in a very different way because you're learning and knowing you can ignite your inner fires and operate in a harmonic way of love, wisdom, power. Okay. And then our beautiful planet is restoring the natural world. When you live in this way, you naturally begin to restore the natural world. The kingdoms of the world wake up to you. Look at all this life. It's explosive. That's the emerald green energy running through there, that golden light, this rainbow lights as well. It's very fluid. clean, pure, the spectrum. It's the spectrum of light that is you because you've purified. This year was a huge purification for so many people in a very short period of time over the last number of years, but and then this year was just, it kept going. And now you just get to almost relax, right? You see that playful child relaxing in the grass. It's almost like a spring and summer. It's warm enough to have your feet free, blowing bubbles, connecting with life, with ease, with grace, with exploration. You've got the butterfly with higher vision, expanded. You're multiplying, you're expanding. You have the hummingbird. Oh, it's such a lovely, lovely bird to be in. You have the fairies, this creativeness. It's almost like the aurora borealis, right? All this, that light coming in and bursting, but it's also looks like it's bursting out through the child. So this to me feels like you're also connecting, you've re-established the relationship with your inner child, recognizing it's not wounded. You're not wounded. You no longer have to feel the inclination of going through any wounding or suffering or lessons in the same way you have before because you're mastering, like, oh, it's just energy. In the way you relate to it and experience it will determine a um your experience with that energy. But here it feels like there's so much more freedom, expansiveness, explosiveness, even the fire within you again is expanding as we come into 2025, and your creativity is bursting, whatever that means to you and looks like for you. So, and then we have that symbolism of the rabbit. Rabbits are very interesting because they multiply very fast as well. Rabbits are a really powerful shamanic symbol with that animal symbolism, right? Because they're also have a strong warrior like um, energy to them as well. Very close to the ground. It's a prey or yeah, it's a prey animal, right? So there's predators, right? So it has to be highly resourceful, move very quick, and they also create a home. They're very family oriented, right? Creating, creating is what I'm hearing over and over again as the guides come in. It's this creation energy. Create, create, create. And look what happens. A burst of creativity and joy and colorful life, right? But that being said, um, it's coming with ease. It comes with ease. Look how relaxed that being, that person, that child is with the little bracelets. Like I can just feel my own self laying in the grass like that, blowing bubbles. Why not do it as an adult? There's no reason why you can't have that feeling, that energy, that way of living through life that is, you're just taking it in. And to be able to take it in and receive it, receive the ease and grace, is you must slow down at the same time to do it so you can feel it. You can feel it and see it and be part of it. Because what I see here is like that being is part of it all. And it's all emanating out and bursting through that center, bursting through that center. And again, I see all the codes coming out of this too. It's like these new codes that have been activated in the fall through the Earth's core is really coming out through the fissures now. So even the heart of the Earth is now like, boom, we're exploding into this new version of ourself because the Earth too is ascending. And that means you too ascend with the Earth. And it's going to be with more ease, more grace, more playfulness. Because when you do things in playfulness with joy in a relaxed state, it, you're in the flow of that energy, and then your cellular body can evolve. Your DNA can evolve. You can line up. The music within you shines brighter. because your body is a musical instrument. That also means you come online health-wise, mentally, emotionally, physically. You're going to be drawn to things that are really just better for you, because the other things you're just not going to want this in the same way. Doesn't mean you're not going to enjoy certain things. Um, it's just going to show up for you in a different way. Let me see what other deck wants to come through, but I grabbed the Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell, which is a nice deck. So there may be some messages here for the certain people at a certain level of their awakening. So let messages here for those who are at a certain level within their star seed. Anything to any guidance here? Ooh. The Great Severing. Oh, Cracked Open, and the Seven Sisters. And then this top card here. Your life is a canvas. So it's very interesting. And called. All right. We have a lot of cards here, and I'll try to be quick because I also got to get ready to do some other things. So starred seeds, some of these come with activations. I will do a quick check on that. So we have the Seven Sisters, Star Sisters. And that message here is birthing creation's tapestry of life expression, which we were just talking about in the Our Beautiful Planet, right? And again, they're in a ring, okay, just like in the other one. That's a ring of oneness and unity, and we bring it in together. We weave our soul energy together in the attributes that come within us together, and we lift each other together, okay? We lift each other. We have what's being called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up, okay? For some of you, you've been doing this work for a while on a soul level. You've gone through the training on a soul level through your human experience and other lifetimes, but they all exist within you now. So the more light you begin to hold in the body, that level of consciousness awakens. And when you ready on a soul level, it comes in through your auric field and through the light and gets woken up within you, and you begin to go into the creativity, okay, your soul gifts, in a different way. You get to step further into your soul's calling, whatever that might look like to you. So just know, when you travel at night, you gain information. We're constantly traveling at night. The soul does not die. And the more you step further into your mastery, your physical body in the present moment of now, your body stays healthy, and you just keep living because you're learning how to regenerate your cells and keep them pure, clean, and oscillating at an optimum level. Okay. That too is part of mastering of light body, of light and oscillation. Okay. And some of you are being cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Some of you have been experiencing that level of being cracked open and feeling that you're at rock bottom, like, what left is here for me? How do I come back into a foundation, right? We had that 44 card, the group consciousness, right? Coming back into a strong foundation of unity and oneness, right? And sometimes we have things that stripped away out of our life as part of an initiatory process. And it does crack you open and have the ability to crack you open. And I see that as being like the parts to you that that are in the way of your essence coming through, you're shedding them, which is perfect as we're coming into the year of the snake in 2025. We're shedding these final layers at your current stage of awakening to your energy, to your light, to oneness and unity. We also see that beautiful sphere of light around this being, okay? And because more and more of that divine feminine energy is coming in and awakening up, and that means it's asking all of us, our masculine self, our feminine self, our female and male persons on this planet, to raise in consciousness and balance, meaning balance and harmonize that within themselves. So as you surrender to this, the alchemy of life, as you surrender to the alchemy of life, you begin to look like this. The creativity, it just with more ease, with more bursting, and less and little to no suffering at all as you ascend, because you're stepping further into your mastery. So then you're remembering, like, oh, to discern energy, to use your intuition, to lead from the heart, connect from the heart with all your relationships. Okay. And that's also part of the gifts as you're stepping up into your gifts and sharing them with the world. All of us are meant to share our gifts with the world in whatever way that is meant through you. By you just being your light is sharing your gift with the world. Some people can hold that certain high levels of discernment and caring and ability to listen and really hold everyone in their beauty and mastery exactly where they're at, and they can do it very beautifully. I know a few people that I'm just like in awe, like, how can I get there? But if I'm seeing it in that person, that means it is also in me, right? And so we can be inspired by others' gifts, not from a place of, oh, I wish I was more like envious, right? It's not from a place of envy, but it's recognizing, oh, if the universe is mirroring things to me, then I have that within me as well, because it's all part of the oneness. And then I can also just trust that, okay, that's being held there. And then my place where I can be very grounding among other things, then I'm holding it here. And how might I ground in perhaps that energy and embody it and calibrate it within my being, my physicality? And then I can express it outward, right? Because it's all part. We can all receive exactly what we need to at the same time and then integrate it into the physical body, okay, through our connection to nature, our beautiful planet, right? Here we are in our beautiful planet again. And that helps restore the natural world. The world assists in you returning to your true nature, your inner nature, your natural nature. Okay, this is why nature connection is so important and in your leadership. Partly why I realized more and more over the years why I was drawn to further my, I'll say, nature connection and shamanic studies through nature connected life coaching and leadership, right? Because nature has an innate power and wisdom that we're all connected to support you return to your inner nature of love and oneness with all life, right? And so that expanded my shamanic studies that I studied in and became a shamanic practitioner and things of that nature and walked the medicine wheel. And then it so just naturally integrates within your being, right? So whatever you're drawn to study and work with, it integrates within your being. Okay, same thing with crystals. It all helps ignite things within you. Once you can hold that energy, then you may find yourself, I'll say, leaning on these tools differently, not as much, right? They're still beautiful to work with, they're still powerful to work with, but you're expanding in your ability to hold that light within yourself, because you become the crystal, you become the planet, you become the elements, because it's already within you. And that's where this burst of creativity comes out, like where you're just one with it all. And now I'm just going to blow bubbles because I'm mastering my ability to create, because I can hold the form. In purity consciousness, I can hold it and hold it and hold it. That's the Elohim energy, that elemental energy that is coming online for you, being purified for you to ignite the fires within you. And so there's yeah, you're softening to love, as we have this other card of the great severing. You're softening more and more into love, the energy of love, right? So some of you may still be going through your phase, your current phase of letting go of really the anger energy, your inner conflict, basically whatever's been stuck inside you. you're releasing it. You're moving off an area where you're going to become unstuck as you move into 2025, which is a beautiful thing because we can feel frustrated. It doesn't have to be super intense, but it can have moments. I know for me, there's moments of like frustration and anger. Why is my business not taking off? Why? Like, I know people like the work that I offer. This is me using myself as an example. And I'm just like, just keep going because it's gonna happen in this way. It's gonna expand and flourish. I have no doubt. And when I feel that in my body, that's what gets magnetized, right? When I return to that, this is partly why I'm like, let me do a reading because it brings in the energy, it puts me back into flow. So it can just magnetize out, right? And I can still be in community, even if it's through technology, connect with you. All of you that have chosen to, like, you know what, I'm going to follow it, like, and subscribe because I like what's coming through that transmission of Gina, which is this human identity, right? I like what comes through her. Bring insight, right? And again, trust your intuition. I just share because if it ignites something within you to see yourself in a different way and step further into your heart, into your light, to expand to love within you. That excites me. And then it supports you to return into your own sovereignty so you can return to the oneness and unity of all life and really have deeper heart connections with those around you that are operating in the same way. And you can continue to put your energy there and it'll amplify and amplify. It'll have that butterfly effect without you having to do anything else except be in your attuned to your heart, right? Attuned to the heart. Attuned to the heart. And you call forth your soul family, your family. Your life is a canvas. That's the other card by Rebecca Campbell's Starseed deck. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Yeah. Because we're stepping further into mastering the elements, the Elohim, the creation energy. You are a creator. You have an elemental body. Within the Merkaba, which I teach, the Merkaba 12D shielding, that's light symbol code. It's a unifying code. It's a balance and harmony of masculine and feminine energies within you and with every cell in your body and being. It connects you to the earth and your higher heart, your celestial heart, your avatar self, your monad, your presence. When you activate that, Merkaba turns into a sphere when it's in perfect harmony. And it draws forth your soul family connections. Again, it's a unifying symbol. It's a unity symbol among many other things. It also holds the elements. So as your life as a canvas, for those of you working with that energy and the elemental creation energy, the Elohim energy that resides within you, you're not separate from it, creates worlds, creates realities, creates universes. You start to command light. It's so important to be in the utmost integrity and be in your heart as you do these things. Otherwise, it feels we're at a place where none of us are allowed anymore to misuse that power. So elevating your way of being is so important, and it will naturally occur in your divine timing. So I see this person, looks like a female image, creating the canvas, and it's like this whole crystalline canvas. It's fractals of light. It's fractals of light. And that you create your world and reality, how you perceive it also matters, but then you can end up just being like this. It's so colorful and bright and created with ease and it's just put into momentum, it's put into motion. And that means you also have the power to recreate it over and over again, right? So this also, I find, be mindful if your lower ego, I'll say, your lower self begins to play tricks on your mind, right? To when you're staying in the heart and the heart mind and the higher mind, um, it's felt very differently. It felt very differently, right? And so all of this too, this surrender and accountability, there's a accountability in this. You have to be accountable for what you create. As a master being of light that you're remembering you are, there's accountability there, right? So even as people talk about the old matrix, this and that, I don't even like that term. It's there's almost a separateness, like you had no responsibility in creating it, right? When actually, when you know the history of how or what was shared, and who knows, maybe that history wasn't entirely accurate. I don't know. So many truths and awakenings are happening. This is where it comes in to go inward to your own intuition, your higher self, and go, what is show me what is the truth. There's the truth of your experience, and then there's the truth of all, and then there's the bigger thing that holds it all together. It's important not to hold yourself separate from what was created and what we've all lived through and under, and what we're leaving and creating a new world, a new way of living, because we all participated in the creation of what the way the world currently exists. And then once you begin to connect to your heart, your I am presence, and you drop that cord into the core of the earth, into your channel of light, then you begin to recognize, oh wait, this is other things start to open up, and the world, the veils of the world that were presented to you all these years and centuries begin to you begin to see past them and go, oh yeah, no, that's not true for me anymore. This is not the way. I'm going to come back online because that's what many of us are doing. We're going to come back into oneness and look at the sun. Let this light of the sun in, come back into your gold and silver currents within yourself, your chakra system, your light body begins to open up, your higher heart, your Alta Major begins to open up, and you breathe in that figure 8. Your column of light gets ignited and locked in, I guess, for lack of a better term. You establish your pillar of light, so only your essence comes in, right? And your heart connection is reignited and reconnected to source of life. And you do it through the breath, through visualization, through intention, through the feeling body. So as you continue to create, there's a surrender, a letting go of the old, letting go of any frustration that comes with compassion and self-forgiveness. Maybe do the whole Ho'oponopono prayer, Ho'oponopono prayer, the Hawaiian prayer, right? I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, right? That too is part of taking accountability, that we're all in this together. There truly is no opposing forces anymore. Moving out of duality consciousness, excuse me, and into oneness and the illusions of what appears to be the truth. You're activating yourself on a cellular level, a DNA level, as it comes online, as the music of your body and temple comes online. So we're going to pull one final card here from the Ascension card deck. Stayed in there. And just one card, please. As we restore this natural world, as you restore your natural state of being and group consciousness, your family connections, and the Buddha energy. When you draw this card, Lord Gautama, who became the Buddha, is calling you to live in a state of peace, compassion, enlightenment. You are ready to expand your consciousness to include all that is and to view the world from higher perspective. Higher perspective. Beautiful. You are asked to live in total harmlessness with all things. With all things. Total harmlessness with all things. This creates safety for you. All creatures will love you and feel safe with you. Your guidance is to remember we are all one and to treat each person, animal, and sentient being as if they are a beloved part of you. You're all one. Beloved part of you. Through this all, we are all one and all family. The affirmation of this card is, I am one with everyone and everything. Let's say this together. Hand over your heart, ground this in, feel it come down in through your body and into the earth and back into you and emanate out if you feel this is right for you to do. I am one with everyone and everything. 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 Breathe that in and exhale. Breathe that in. Hold it in your body and exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and hydrate if you have water or tea near you. That last deck was also Diana Cooper deck. Ascension cards by Diana Cooper. Accelerate your journey to the light. I'm Gina Lobito, Soul Inspired Reflections. It's been an honor to be here with you at this time. Fan your flames of light in your colorful life. Much love to all of you. Until next time.